This is a warning. Read carefully. Written by King Paimon 23. I am using this community because of the high possibility that most of you believe in the supernatural. If I posted this elsewhere, they would call me crazy. Maybe here I can make a difference. Don't talk to the dead. Ever. Okay? I never talked. So, okay, most of you must be thinking at this moment as you judge my sanity, the fact is everyone has a supernatural experience in their lifetime. All of you must have witnessed something. Doors opening by themselves, whispering the inexplicable noises at dawn, objects moving, figures running out of the corners of your eye. The list is huge. Those who have never witnessed something like this will witness it someday. It's a matter of time. Especially when someone close to you dies. The chance of the unexplained events happening in your home is huge. Before more, let me introduce myself. My name's Samantha. I work with seances. When contacts from the other side occur, people call me to talk to the dead. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. That this is some advertisement for me to sell my services. Well, I don't work like this anymore. Before explaining what I do now, let me exemplify by telling the last case that I worked on. It's a depressing story, so trigger alert. Anyone who wants to feel free to skip to the conclusion, let me tell you what happened. There was a couple who has been dating for over 4 years. One day, she went on a trip. The boy, with the feelings that something was strange, managed to access his girlfriend's account and saw that there were exchanges with a man from that city. The messages couldn't be any clearer. When you get here, I'm going to, in every position. Oh, I can't wait to see your, what. Hundreds of messages with this type of content, and the boy could not stand to see such interactions from the supposed love of his life. And he hanged himself in the couple's bedroom. On the table, he left a suicide note, and it read, "Life is made of moments. The moments that marked me the most happened in the last 4 years. I could repeat those years forever, and I would be the happiest man in the world. I can't go on knowing that everything I lived was a lie. I don't feel human enough knowing that after years I didn't even have the right to receive the truth from your mouth. My truth will remain here, hanging from the ceiling." The girl contacted me. She really had gone to another city to have a momentary affair. It's in another city, no one will know, she thought. The intention was to satisfy the flesh for one night and to live normally with her boyfriend for the rest of her life. When the day came to practice the act, she regretted it. A giant guilt ran through her mind. She didn't even meet with the man. On the return of the journey, she felt refreshed mentally. After the uncertainties of the previous months, of course. She imagined the years ahead, determined that she would never again let desire speak louder than the respects that she had for her previous boyfriend. Arriving home, she found the note and the boyfriend hanging from the ceiling. She wanted to talk to him, apologize, say that she was sorry, not thinking clearly, but her mind had made it right in the end and she hadn't actually cheated. Strange happenings in the house filled her with hope and that her boyfriend was still there, and the possibility of even the smallest redemption warmed her insides. We did the seances and response was almost immediate. The Ouija board moved furiously, answering every question. Things moved by themselves in the house. Cries and aggressive phrases all day long did not let the girl sleep almost at all. She always woke up with some loud noise. I was called again. The girl wanted to keep contacting him, tell him if she could, she would go back in time. The Ouija board aggressively interacted with each seance and with each sentence that came out of the girl's mouth. I also wanted to go back in time. I acted out of the emptiness of the moment. I didn't want to leave yet, she said. We spent hours interacting with the dead boy. The intention was to resolve the outstanding issues, and the girl would also forgive herself. Hours later, that didn't happen. So we decided to continue the next day. I would also reveal the truth to her. I think she was ready enough to hear it. Unfortunately, that definitive meeting never happened. When I got to that house the next day, the door was ajar. I knocked twice, and when I got no answer, I entered the room. When opening the bedroom door, in the same place where the boy had killed himself, there was the girl, eyes rolling, face all purple, rope wrapped around her neck. She had left a message. I failed in this life. Maybe next time I won't be that person who intentionally ruins everything that makes me happy. So, this is how the life of those two young people ended. Depressing, I know. I apologize. If I ruined someone's day by telling this, I'm sorry, but it's crucial that you know this story. By the way, you must be wondering, why didn't she say not to talk to the dead and then told an experience where a dead person was contacted? Well, that's the point. In my 16 years of work in seances and all of my research, I am absolutely sure of this. Dead people don't talk. Ever. It wasn't her boyfriend. It was an entity impersonating him. Why didn't I warn her from day one? In my experience, in most cases, people don't believe me when I tell them. They want to trap themselves in the sweet lie that their loved one is still there, talking to them. At first, I tried to be sincere, but I was expelled most of the time, so I changed my strategy. I tried to help without telling the truth. After failing miserably with this new approach, I was a bit of a loss of what to do. I'll probably die and couldn't make much of a difference. This text is like a last desperate act. Now, we've gone through the big picture. Let me explain what these entities are. You see, every year the rates of suicide and mental illness increase. I'm not a doctor, obviously. Spirits from beyond is not the driving factor in this. We have much bigger issues in modern society that affects these numbers. The correlation I want to bring comes from the following fact. Entities watch us all the time. And I mean all the time. The bathroom, the anonymous tag, the drunk at the party. Dozens of entities are watching you in a bizarre reality show, waiting for an opportunity to affect you directly. Ever had that feeling of being observed after watching a horror movie? The entities may have sensed your fear and want to see how you react with little contact, testing the waters. Most of them definitely act on deaths of loved ones. They know that that's when they're most vulnerable. If the person bites the bait, they imitate their newly deceased more intensely. If objects move, figures move out of the corner of their eyes, and voices whisper, even familiar ones. In short, anything strange, it means that the entities sense your vulnerability and have made a move. They also wait for the right moment, because despite their desire to affect as many people as they can, they also want the general population not to believe that they exist. Does that make sense? I know I must be a bit paradoxical in this text, and I apologize, but I haven't been sleeping well for months, and the noises in my house, along with the noises and voices in my ears, don't let me think straight. They are no longer afraid to show themselves to me. Whenever I'm alone, they aggressively try their best to kill me. I took out all of my knives out of the house, and the drawers opened when I stepped into the kitchen, and they flew at me. I got a bad cut on my arm. I don't know if I'm gonna survive. I'm afraid that if I go to sleep, some ceiling wood will impale me or something. I'll check the house again if there's anything sharp they can use. I'm scared. it's too late for me. At least I managed to post this text before they found a way. I hope that this has not been for nothing, and please, please follow my warnings. The next time you hear voices, objects move, or see figures, don't interact. They are not friendly, and they will not stop until they hurt you. Demonstrate that none of that affects you, so that they will look for someone more vulnerable. The notebook keeps sliding on the table. I have to go. I hope you believe in everything that I said, and that the entities that live with you aren't glued to your shoulder. They're watching everything you do, and are aware that you're even reading this right now. And they won't like it.
That was This is a Warning. Read carefully. Written by King Paimon 23.